we're gonna have thick hair, y'all. Hey everybody! So today I am going to tell you about 10 tricks to make your fine hair look thicker. This is something that I definitely have used and struggled with because I have the thinnest hair in the world. It feels like literally this is like all of it, and you know what? It looks a little bit thicker now, but if you saw it like this. But with these tricks I have deceived the world. So if you want to have thick hair and you don't, here are tricks to make that happen. Tip number 1, shampoo needs to be like an invigorating scalp shampoo. You want to make sure that your scalp is getting the attention it needs because that is where your hair is growing out of, not the ends. So yes, you do want to make sure you take care of the split ends, but you want to make sure that you're bringing in nice and healthy hair as well. So make sure you use a good shampoo. Tip number 2, make sure your conditioner is not a smoothing or a hydrating shampoo because you don't want to weigh down your hair. You want your hair to be very airy and be able to be lifted up and not be weighed down by a ton of products. So make sure you have a good conditioner. Tip number 3, every single time I blow dry my hair, I blow dry it upside down. And this works miracles, I swear. So make sure that you flip your head upside down and you blow dry it that way. Everything will give you just an automatic boost without having to weigh it down with products as well. Tip number 4. After you blow dry your hair, grab some Velcro cannot say that word. Velcro rollers and put them at the front end, like the fronts of your hair and like your bangs and at your roots, and leave it there for 20 minutes while your hair cools down from the blow dry, and that will allow you to maintain that high volume. Tip number 5, make sure you tease your hair at the roots a little bit. Give it a little bit of something. Again, you don't want to weigh it down with products, so to maintain that volume, make sure you give it a little bit of a tease, and when you tease, you want to comb down. You don't want to go back and forth, up and down, because that is going to damage your hair even more, and so it's easier to brush out as if you go one direction. Tip number 6, spray a little bit of root lifter in your hair. Again, this is just going to give you a little bit extra, but again, not weighing your hair down. So get a root lifter and spray that in your roots, and that will help maintain the high volume you did when you blow dried your hair as well. Tip number 7, look for a hairspray with volumizing agents in it that will help set your overall look. And here are some examples of some volumizing drugstore hairsprays, and they will help lift up your roots. Again, give it a little bit of something to maintain that volume. Tip number 8, giving yourself layers when you get your hair cut. Like I have, can't really show you here, but see I have this layer, and then this is my longest layer. So you can see how long my hair is. This gives you a little bit of a look of thickness, and it actually is thicker than having just straight one length thin hair. Having layers in it gives it some dimension, and when you curl your hair and things like that, it gives it some oomph because some of the layers are popped up a little higher, and it makes it look overall thicker. Tip number 9, don't brush your hair so often. Use a wide tooth comb, and I'm sure you've heard about this before, but brushing your hair when it's wet and just in general, it does break your hair. So when you use a wide tooth comb and you're careful with it, you're limiting the breakage that you're causing in your hair, so you can maintain the thickness and you're not pulling clumps of hair out. And the last tip, tip number 10, you've all heard this before, but I'm going to reiterate it. Don't wash your hair every day. If you want to curl your hair and do things like that, that actually is awesome, I feel like, because it really helps me maintain 2 to 3 day hair because I have something to work with than my really thin hair. So if you curl your hair one day, let it last for a couple days, do it, down like this, half up the next day, and a ponytail the next with some teasing, and you can get away with 3 days hair. And by not washing your hair every day, this will allow the natural oils to be stimulated in your scalp and really coat your hair the way it's naturally supposed to. So it will grow out long and thick, nice hair than growing out dead ends and things like that. That's the end of the video. If you liked it, give it a big old thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below and leave a comment down below on what is your #1 trick for maintaining thick, luscious hair. Okay. We out. Peace out, Girl Scouts.
I won't pick it up just like this.